Okay, so picture this. You're a little kid and you're caught in the middle of a crisis. It's confusing, it's scary. Now imagine a simple kit that can completely change that experience for you. That's what we're talking about today. A small tool that's having a huge impact on how first responders connect with kids when it really, really matters.
And this quote from Natalie Ammons, wow, it just gets right to the heart of the problem, doesn't it? When first responders show up, things are already tense. For a child, that can be absolutely terrifying. This is that critical moment that a new initiative is trying to completely transform.
So that's the big question. In the middle of all that chaos, with the flashing lights and the high emotions, how can one little thing, one small gesture, possibly flip the script from trauma to trust?
Well, the answer is this program. It's called First Responder Kits4Kids, and it's brilliant because it's so simple. It's an effective tool for officers to have on hand right when they need it the most. Now, the mission here is really key. This is not just about giving a kid a gift. It's about equipping a first responder with a specific tool to provide comfort and, this is just as important, to distract them, to pull their focus away from whatever scary thing is happening around them. And this whole thing didn't come out of some corporate boardroom. It started from the heart. It was a personal mission from two dads, James Fisher Davis and Kevin Gatlin, who just saw a need and felt like they had to do something about it. And let me tell you, that simple idea has gained some serious steam. We're talking major endorsements from huge organizations like Noble and the North Carolina Association of Chiefs of Police. Plus, they've been featured all over the news. So yeah, this is way beyond just a local project. It's become a nationally recognized movement. So, what's actually in this kit we've been talking about? Let's take a look inside because, trust me, it is so much more than just a bag of toys. Okay, so inside you've got things like a play pad and crayons, a Rubik's Cube, and some Play-Doh. There's also a little toy emergency vehicle, a stress ball, even noise-canceling earplugs. But here's what really gets me. Encouraging affirmation notes written by the first responders themselves. Simple, powerful stuff. But here's the truly brilliant part. It's the why behind every item. Nothing in here is random. Each piece is chosen for a specific purpose. The Rubik's Cube, that's cognitive distraction. The Play-Doh, sensory stimulation. Those earplugs, they can literally block out the chaos. It's all about giving a child a tiny bit of control and safety when they feel like they have none. It's basically psychology and compassion all in one bag. So this all sounds great in theory, but here's the most important part. Does it actually work? Let's look at the real-world impact these kits are having right now, on the ground. Here's a story from Officer Sergeant Don Warren, and he sets a scene that unfortunately we can all picture, a domestic situation and a child standing there just caught in the middle of it all, and you can see the trauma on their face. And right here, this is where everything changes. Officer Warren pulls the child aside, gives him a kit, and as he says, it took his mind off everything. A small gesture that in that one critical moment meant the entire world to that kid. And this just lays out the difference so clearly. It's like a before and after. On one side, you have the default, fear, anxiety, a negative impression that could last a lifetime. But with the kit, you get connection, comfort, and the start of a bridge to trust. It completely reframes the whole interaction. It's a game changer. Major Kevin Jenkins builds on that idea. He points out that it's not just about helping the child in that one moment. It's about bridging that bigger gap between law enforcement and the community. It just helps soften that initial appearance, which can be really intimidating for anyone, let alone a child. All right, so let's zoom out for a second and see how all of this builds into something even bigger. Because this isn't just about individual interactions. It's about making the whole community fabric stronger. And the scale of this is just incredible. Since they launched in 2024, more than 11,000 kits have been given out in over 10 states. Think about that. That's a massive number of potentially life-changing moments. Now, you don't get that big on your own. This kind of growth takes some powerful partners. You've got Walmart providing funding, Noble giving it that national stamp of approval, and the NCAACP helping get the kits out there. It's a real team effort. And this is a part I think is so fantastic. It's also a way to get the community involved. They host these K4K assembly events where teams from different companies and local groups come together and physically put the kits together. It's like team building with a real purpose. Okay, so with all this incredible momentum, what's next? What does the future look like? Well, the mission is getting bigger, and the goal is really clear and ambitious.
I mean, just look at this growth. From launching in 2024 to over 11,000 kits out the door in just over a year. And they are not slowing down. The next concrete step is already on the calendar. A big rollout in Nashville is scheduled for early 2026, getting another 500 kits to the local agencies there. And here it is, the ultimate vision. This isn't just about a few cities or a handful of states. The goal is to get these invaluable tools into the hands of every single first responder in every single department, serving every community in the entire United States. That's the mission. You know, this quote from Winston Churchill just perfectly captures the whole spirit of this program. It's about service, it's about giving back, and it's about building a life based on what you give to other people. So the mission that started with 2 dads just keeps on growing, changing lives one kit at a time. It really makes you wonder, what other massive community problems could be solved, not with some complex new system, but with a simple, thoughtful act of compassion? That's a powerful idea to think about.